You're watching Operation Aam Aadmi. Our spot check threw up shocking results at every place we went to. There was money to be paid for getting a registration certificate for a vehicle, cash to be coughed out at the sales tax office to get the job done, and even a set amount to be given for an electricity connection. The system works just the way it did before the 28th of December. Corruption rules the way it did under Sheila Dikshit. Bribery is business as usual, even in Kejriwal's Delhi.
The headlines today: undercover team reached the Transport Authority office at Raja Garden. The data operator minced no words. If our reporter wanted a registration certificate for his bike quickly, he would have to part with rupees 2,000.
फीस ऐसी कितनी है? भैया 500-550 फीस आएगी, फिर अटैच भी होते हैं। वो 2000 में शामिल है? हाँ जी शामिल है। और कुछ नहीं देना? इंक्लूड है उसमें। और कुछ नहीं देना? आपको दिखा है ना? कुछ दूँ आपको? एडवांस में चाहिए? एडवांस ही होगा। एक तो 1000 अभी दो। हैं? 1000 अभी दो। यार 500 रखो, अभी दे रहा हूँ। 500 नहीं कटेंगे। दे रहा हूँ अभी, जस्ट नहीं दूँगा। तो 1000 काम होने के बाद? 1000 काम होने के बाद।
Could the situation have been any better at the sales tax office?
5500 तो हमारी फीस है।
हाँ।
और 500 एक्सपेंसेस है।
5000।
हाँ, एक्सपेंसेस है।
एक्सपेंसेस में किस को?
वेटो जो वार्ड का ऑफिसर होता है। ठीक है। फिर रिकॉर्ड कीपर होता है। हाँ। स्टेनो होता है। हाँ। और चपरासी होता है। हाँ। एक इंस्पेक्टर नहीं होता। अच्छा। इंस्पेक्टर का काम होता है बाहर का। हाँ। बिल्डिंग के बाहर दुकानों पे जाओ, हाँ। अपना सर्वे करो, हाँ। अपनी फीस लो, हाँ। वो देना है।
For an electricity connection too, the only way out is coughing up cash.
ये 7,500 रुपये अंदर की फीस नहीं, ये पूरे शुरू से एंड तक का है। अच्छा, इसमें आपकी पेमेंट तक की जमा है। जो सिक्योरिटी में कितने समय होगी? 4800 रुपीज़ सिक्योरिटी मतलब वो मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ 5000 रुपये आपके अलग हैं। वो 5000 रुपये जब ले जाएंगे, जब आपकी चीज़ तैयार हो जाएगी, सिक्योरिटी रसीद तैयार हो जाएगी, डिमांड नोट तैयार हो जाएगा। 2500 है वो आपके अंदर के वो है।
During this operation, we discovered how at every stage, in almost every government office in the national capital, Kejriwal's oath is yet to make an impact. How the Aam Aadmi has no option but to willingly submit to this daylight robbery, sanctioned by the corrupt, for the corrupt. With Akshay Singh, Sapan Gupta, Umesh Dang, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
I want to go across to our colleague Ankit Tyagi. He covers the Aam Aadmi Party and the Delhi government for us. Give us more details, Ankit, about the action that is being taken by Arvind Kejriwal.
What we have learned, Rahul, from the Minister of Education himself, Manish Sisodia, that the government has decided that they are going to suspend all the three people, those who have been caught on our Sting camera. They have already put the orders in and they are suspended with immediate effect. Arvind Kejriwal has made it very clear that there will be absolutely no compromise on corruption. Manish Sisodia, towing that line, he has already ordered the suspension of all these three people, those who were caught taking bribes. In fact, what we are also learning from reliable sources is that there will be cases being registered as we speak against all of them, and they will be the Vigilance Department has been instructed to start the inquiry. The Delhi government will be very soon asking us, our network, the TV Today group, formally for the raw footage of this entire sting operation, and that will be given to the Vigilance Department, and the action against them will start right in the morning.
All right, thank you very much, Ankit, for joining us with those details. Kejriwal moving with a lot of speed, but I want to engage Shazia Ilmi on the point that's been made by the other participants. You know, you keep saying that when there is a citizens' charter, things will change. When there is the Lokayukt model on the Jan Lokpal, things will change. But we have a strong rape law. Rapes haven't gone down. Women are no more safer. So why is it that you want people to believe that just by introducing a new law, corruption in Delhi will come down significantly? That's not realistically going to happen, Shazia.
No, you see, this was a difference between Lokpal and other laws because it talked about implementation. It talked about a mechanism because right now there is a lot of talk and legislation. There are all these anti-corruption bodies, but as you yourself pointed out, nothing is done. There is a CVC, there is a CBI, there is a sort of a public redressal department, but nothing actually moves. So the point was to make it effective. But just now the question being asked of us was that how would this make a difference? And I would say that the speedy action taken by Arvind Kejriwal shows that at least in our party there would not be any tolerance to Adarsh scam and its hangovers. Also there would be no induction of Yadurappa likes in the party fold. At least as and when one gets a whiff of it, besides having a law concrete and tough as nails in place, where speedy action would be taken and a machinery infrastructure would be in place to address this. Also, there would be zero tolerance on the issue of corruption.
Okay, zero tolerance on the issue of corruption. But what is the way forward? You know, we've seen Shiv Vishwanathan, a lot of people also disappointed with Prashant Bhushan's comments on Kashmir. He asked for a referendum in an interview that I did with him yesterday on whether the army should be deployed, whether AFSPA should be in place. Are we going to see over the next few weeks and months people getting increasingly disappointed with the Aam Aadmi Party because they've taken expectations to such a high level that the delivery can simply not cope up, and therefore a high level of expectation can creep in possibly also before the general elections, which could make life difficult for Kejriwal in May, April? Mr. Vishwanathan?
Yeah, let me first make one clarification. You don't stop corruption by arresting one or two people. Corruption is a chain of being. In fact, Shazia Ilmi will have to arrest most of the people in the office. Unless she recognizes the fact that corruption ecologically ties an entire office, a chain of people in an act of corruption, she will not understand the collective nature of corruption. It is not an individual act. And I think the Aam Aadmi Party is naive. But I like the naivete. I think that fighting corruption is a learning system. And by doing this, I think over time they'll realize you can't eradicate corruption. You can minimize it. You can cut it down by 40–50%. And if that happens, Aam Aadmi Party has achieved a miracle. There is no such thing as 100% eradication of corruption.
And even if corruption isn't eradicated, Mr. Sanghvi, 100%, just the fact that there is a perceptible difference in the way from the east, in, for example, Jharkhand, the manner in which Shibu Soren's son, Hemant Soren, is running the government, to the Maharani in Rajasthan. Everybody seems to be changing the attitude, and that itself is a big impact the Aam Aadmi Party is having. So even if the odd official is caught on camera, it can't really take away from the impact that the Aam Aadmi Party is having on cleaning Indian politics, sir.
Well, I think the Aam Aadmi Party is probably one of the best things to have happened to Indian politics in many decades. And I support that completely, and I'm very pleased with the impact it's had on Indian politics and on other parties. But I think in their first few days in office, I think they've had two major learnings. The first one is that even if Prashant Bhushan says he wants a referendum on something or the other in Kashmir, that kind of issue will die down eventually. The issues that matter are the Aam Aadmi Party's core issues. Their core issues were what? Austerity and cleanliness. Austerity, Arvind Kejriwal has already got into trouble about his house, and I think they've learned the lesson on that one. On cleanliness in public life, the Aam Aadmi Party has picked the attractive targets. It's picked politicians. He's had press conferences giving Swiss bank account numbers of big industrialists. I mean, that's nice. It makes for a great show. But that's not the corruption that affects people in their everyday lives. That's the kind of corruption you've caught in this thing. And the problem with the Aam Aadmi Party is that it will now not be judged on whether it gives ex-industrialists Swiss bank account number or files a PIL on some other scam. It will be judged on the kind of corruption you and I face when we go about our daily lives. And the answer is to read.
And that's the promise that the Aam Aadmi Party made. That's the promise people bought into, which is why Kejriwal was elected to office. You can say 9 days is too little to change the system, but 9 months later, if he's still in power, can he by then say he has been able to change the system? There are those who are looking for a reason to be disappointed with Kejriwal. They, of course, are citing this sting operation as proof. Then there are those who believe in the idea of the Aam Aadmi Party, and they say that Kejriwal must be given a much longer rope. We don't tell you where to stand on our channel. You decide what you believe is right. Shiv Vishwanathan, Shazia Ilmi, Veer Sanghvi, Dr. Abhishek Singhvi, Nirmala Sitaraman for joining us on Center Stage tonight. Thank you very much.